the last of the seventh trumpets, and the last return of President Trump, and the triumphant coming of the Iys One whom is called the Holy One, and the Ancient of Days, and of Elu, the Sovereign Odd of all the heavens and Iys earth whom is known as Holy and the Almighty and whom is the Holy Odd, and also the Iys Christ. Friends, we are now in the era of Iys prophesied coming, and a time when He would be returning to Iys earth to establish Iys Holy Kingdom in Iys world. Friends, the return of President Trump to power is significant because it is the mile marker by which the countdown to the return of Elu'hym is being measured. And I believe that Mr. Trump would be the one. Whom would be that little horn in the book of Daniel? Daniel chapter 7 verses 8, and as I ease on hand, considered the horns, and as I beheld, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and as I behold those horns that there was in it this little horn there were machines with eyes like the eyes of humans, and they also had voices. And also there was the voice of this man who was speaking great things. The Ancient of Days returned to Iys earth to reign, Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. And as I continued to beheld these scenes, I beheld them till their thrones were cast down, and until the Ancient of Days did came and sat on Iys throne, and whose garment was white as snow, and whose hair on his head was like the pure wool, and also Iys throne was like a fiery flame, and Iys wheels were like a burning fire. And then I saw Satan, and also I heard his voice, and also the voice of the statesman who was calling for the mark of the beast to be implemented, which I believe is the introduction of a new mark, and a new currency, and also for a new identification system to receive wages, like the creation of online digital wallets for everyone, so that everyone can use to buy and sell, and also to save, and also for many of the nation them and their businesses can collaborate with one another, and for doing trades. And that this currency was the instrumentation of a new financial system which many in the world had believed was a fool's-proof currency, and also the best currency to do business. And also many in Christendom had believed that Satan would use, and that Satan would cause many of the nations them that are in Iys world to accept it, as the mark of the beast, and also as the currency of Satan, and also as Satan's mark, and also that those that receive this mark that they would be identified with Satan, and that those that wouldn't accept this financial system, that they couldn't do business, and that only all those that would accept this currency would prosper, but that only with such a financial system, and with the adaptation of this digital currency, that all their economies would prosper, and that it would be like the penny currency that was mentioned in the book of Revelation, which is called the mark of the beast, and that Mr. Trump would be calling upon many of the nations them to adapt this kind of currency, and also that this was a coin-based currency that was probably one that was similar to the Satan coins, and which was one that was similar to the Thai baht currency, and which would be one like the Satoshi units of the Bitcoin currency, which was a coin-based currency, and which was equivalent to the Satan coins, and also the Satoshi units, and which would becomes equal to the penny, and 1 unit to the value of a penny, and which was a currency that I believe was mentioned in the book of Revelations. Revelations chapter 6, 6, and then I heard the voice of Satan the beast who was speaking through a man, and who was a statesman, and who was in the midst of their assembly, and who was saying to them that they should come and see us, and that they should join the U.S., and that they should buy and sell with the U.S., and that they should come and buy and sell, and also do their business, and also their trades with the new digital currency, and also with the coin of the Satoshi which is the equivalent to the penny, and that they should use it to buy and sell, and also to measure their wealth with this coin, and that it was created for everyone to use, and even for the rich and the poor, and that everyone can use it to become wealthy, and that they all should use it to buy and sell and do their trades, and that they all can use it to buy their oil, and also their wines, and also that they can use it to buy and sell their wheat, and also their barley, and also their gas and also their oil. And that we all can use it as our currency. And as their currency own reserves currencies. And that it would be equitable to everyone. Because this coin-based currency could be used for the buying, and the selling, and for the trading of coins. And that they all should use this coin, which is this bought coin, for their currency, so that everyone in the world would prosper and that they would become wealthy off of it. Even from this penny or this coin-based currency. Because it would become their currency. And also the one world currency. Thank you. Revelations chapter 12 verse 15 to 19. And the seventh angel sounded. And there were lightning, and a great thundering sound of applause from the voices of all the beings that were in heaven. And they all were saying, Hallel'Iy'ELU'YAH. Because now all the kingdoms of Iys world have now being subdued. And they are now the kingdom of And also that Iys now are odd. And also that Iys the Christ. And that shall reign forever and forevermore. And the 24 elders, whom were sitting down around and about Iys throne. And before the odd they all began to applaud as they stood up from their seats. And then they all fell upon their faces, and worshipped the odd, saying, We give thee thanks, O Elu, the odd, whom is the Almighty because thou art merciful and thou art gracious, and because thou has overcome, because thou has won, and because thou hast taken unto thee thy great power, and thou hast begun to reign. And the nations them they were all defeated, and Satan was angry, that Iys wrath has come, and that the end time has come. And also because it's now the time for the resurrection of the dead. And that they all should be judged, and that they all should be given their rewards. And that would now be giving all of Iys servants them their rewards. And also to all of Iys prophets, and also to all of Iys elected ones their rewards. And also to all those that fears and Iys great name. And also that Iys rewards would be given for the smallest and to the greatest things. And also that he would be judging all that were rebellious, and that they all should be destroyed. And that all those that were transgressors that they would all be destroyed from Iys earth. And then Iys temple was opened in heaven, and there was seen in Iys temple the ark of testament, and then there were seen Iys lightnings, and then there was heard a great thundering sound of applause, as a thundering sound of all those voices of all the inhabitants of heaven was heard shouting and giving praises to And as they were all saying Hallel'Iy'ELU'YAH. And then there were thundering sounds and lightning in the earth. And then there was a great earthquake, and also a great thunderstorm of great hail which was poured out upon Iys earth. The end. To be continued.